Is talent even real? The concept of talent has fascinated humans for centuries, but does talent actually exist, or is it just a myth? In this video, we are going to look at artists like the Beatles, Ed Sheeran, Madonna, and even sports personalities like Michael Jordan. We're going to look at whether their rise to success was to do with talent, or was it something else? But first, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get more videos like this moving forward. So talent is defined as a natural aptitude or skill, and it can be present in music, arts, sports, or any other endeavour. However, whether talent is a real, measurable phenomenon we are born with, or is simply a result of hard work and perseverance, is subject to ongoing debate. One perspective is that talent absolutely is something you are born with and is what separates the exceptional from the average. People with this view think individuals are born with certain abilities, like a child that is born with the ability to play piano without much formal training. The other view is that talent is more of a myth than reality, that what we often label as talent is actually a combination of things, such as being exposed at an early age, practice, supportive environments, and strong perseverance. Also, the 10,000-hour rule, popularised by Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers, says that mastery in any field is more about practice than it is talent. It seems that almost every musician or sports person, when you dig a little deeper, there's a story there of hard work, perseverance, and maybe even a little bit of luck. Take the Beatles, for example. Paul McCartney's father, Jim, was an amateur musician, and Paul was exposed to music at a very young age. Paul grew up listening to all sorts of records and self-taught himself guitar, piano, and bass by ear. John Lennon grew up with his mother Julia being a musician, playing the banjo and a piano. John similarly was exposed to music at a young age, listening to many types of music also. It was Paul and John's partnership that created a competition between them to write the best songs possible, constantly trying to outdo one another. The Beatles were famously rejected by Decca Records in 1962, who said that guitar groups were on the way out. They then went on to sign with EMI's Parlophone label, and then with the addition of their manager Brian Epstein and their music producer George Martin, their music was guided and developed quickly into success. Madonna is another example of persistence pays off. She moved to New York City in 1978 when she was just 19, with just $35 in her pocket. She initially pursued a dancing career and started and joined many bands where she was able to experiment with her musical styles. She persistently recorded demo tapes and began promoting these to record companies, and was eventually signed with Sire Records in 1982. Jay-Z is another example of complete and utter hard work and persistence. He was initially rejected from every single major label, forcing him to create his own label, Rockefeller Records. He went on to become one of the most successful rappers and businessmen in the music industry. Ed Sheeran spent years playing small gigs and sleeping on people's couches to get noticed. His music was also dismissed by a lot of industry professionals. After persistence and hard work, he independently released his EPs and started to gain recognition, and was then signed to a record label. Keith Urban is another artist that has a story of continuous persistence. Keith was born into a musical family and learned to play guitar at an early age. He started performing publicly in his teenage years and followed his passion for music his whole life. He moved to Nashville in 1992 to pursue a dream to become a successful artist. It was only in the early 2000s when he had his first breakthrough single. So what about sports? One of the most successful basketball players of our time, Michael Jordan, was exposed early and encouraged by his father to be competitive and work hard. Jordan was famously cut from his varsity basketball team in his sophomore year, but then with a changed work ethic, he made the team in his junior year. From there, Jordan's relentless work ethic spurred his success in his college basketball years and eventually through to his time with the Chicago Bulls. He is now known as arguably the greatest player of all time. It seems wherever you look, hard work looks a lot like talent. It is a belief that anyone can achieve a high level of skill in a given field if they are willing to put in the time and effort. This challenges the notion that talent is a fixed trait you are born with, suggesting instead that it is something that can be developed over time. It is important to acknowledge, though, that although practice and effort are crucial, genetic factors do play a role. For instance, certain physical attributes like height in basketball and lung capacity in swimmers can provide an advantage. But even in these cases, these traits must be honed through practice and discipline. This blend of nature and nurture complicates the debate, making it difficult to draw a clear line between talent and learned skill. I'm inclined to believe that talent can often be created by hard work and persistence. The trick is to find something that you are passionate enough about to put the hard work in with. When you are interested enough in something, the bonus is it doesn't actually feel like hard work at all. The most successful people often combine their natural abilities with relentless hard work to succeed. So talent, if it does exist, is only part of the equation. I think though what we can all agree is what separates the great from the good is their commitment to continuous improvement. Well, that's just what I think, guys, but let me know in the comments what you think as well. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, or you think I'm right, or I'm half wrong, or even if you've got another opinion. I thought it was a good topic of discussion. So let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this, and we'll see you on the next video.